So I'm just coming out of my first hospital admission for mental illness. My nan and my granddad, Frank and Vi. My mum and dad, Baron and Don. Me and my brother. Ian's 2 years older than me, so you can work it out. Andrew and Ian. And here's Sable. Beautiful Sable. I'm just going to make a very quick thank you. Say something about thanks. Next generation, there's Kirsty, Jack and me. Me at school. Ian at school. Oh, this is one of my favourite people in the family, Uncle Walter. He whom this scroll commemorates was numbered among those who, at the call of king and country, left all that was dear to them, endured hardness, faced danger, and finally passed out of the sight of men by the path of duty and self-sacrifice, giving up their own lives that others might live in freedom. Let those who come after see to it that this name may not be Let those who come after see to it that his name be not forgotten. Mr. Walter Bradley, Hereford Regiment. So, only a quick video. I just want to bring in the spirit of St. Mary's Hospital, where Mum used to work on nights. She thinks she was working on nights when there was a fete at St. Mary's Hospital, and I remember this. Don't know how old I would have been, maybe about 8, I reckon. Maybe a bit older, about 10. And we went to the fete with Mum, and then she entered the Guess the Doll's name, and she came up with the name Camilla. And she'd never really heard, she doesn't know where that came from, because she's not familiar with a Camilla. Obviously we've got Camilla Parker Bowles now, quite famously. Anyway, she got it right, so she got to keep the doll. So thank you, Camilla, and thank you for all the kindnesses at St. Mary's Hospital in Birkhill in Hereford. And thank you, Mum, for all your kindness, and Dad for all of your kindness. And I'm so sorry for what I put you both through just a few weeks ago, nearly 4 weeks ago now, when I was very unwell with a paranoid, manic, psychotic episode where I got it into my mind that the world was out to get me and that I was going to die. I was very frightened, and I'm really sorry that you got caught in the crossfire, and I'm so grateful to you for loving me through it and holding the space like you always do. So I'm gonna go back to the Stonebow unit shortly in Hereford to I'll just keep Camilla in the shot. I'm just going to read out this thank you card. So the Stonebow unit is the inpatient mental health unit in Hereford, part of Hereford County Hospital, and it's got 3 wards. Thomas Cantilupe, who was a saint, Jenny Lind, who was a extraordinary opera singer from Sweden, whose last performance was in Malvern in 1883, and then the ward that I was on, Mortimer Ward, as in the marches. So I think Earl or Lord, I'm not sure, Mortimer was appointed by the King of England to be a border earl, so it was his job and his family's job to maintain the kind of boundary between England and Wales in what's called the Marches. So yeah, the Mortimer Ward, Jenny Lind and Thomas Cantilupe come together to form the Stonebow unit. Dear Mortimer Ward, you're so kind and so appreciated. I feel very grateful to every team member for your compassion, skill, care and attention. I was very unwell and frightened when I was admitted. You enabled me to first drop anchor to let the storm pass before gently and gradually enabling me to put the sails up and pull up the anchor, which helped me to just be without feeling judged or pressured in any way, leading to me experiencing the doldrums as the metaphorical sea was becalmed and I was with a feeling of stillness and inertia. This was not an easy period. You then helped me to navigate some gentle breezes and higher winds, leading to a conscious, caring discharge into the safe hands of the early intervention service. I cannot thank you enough. At points, your jobs must feel incredibly pressured and stressful, but I hope you will always remember that you matter. You matter. That you make a difference and that you are valued. Andy Bradley. February 2021. 15th of February 2021. And a slightly more personal appreciation, at the risk of embarrassing Sharon, who was one of the wonderful cleaners on the ward, and Stephanie, who was a healthcare assistant. Dear Sharon and Stephanie, I was touched by your humanity during my stay on the ward. You were both especially kind and nurturing. I wish you both well. Andrew Bradley. So thanks to all the people who sent me cards when I was in hospital, all the friends and family. Thanks, Camilla. Purple, I'm told, is the colour of transformation, so it's been really intense and really, really difficult. I really did lose my mind there. It was very frightening. First psychotic episode, so the aim of the early intervention team is to help me avoid further episodes. I phoned Jess on the ward, on Mortimer Ward, about an hour ago to say what happens next. She'd already made an appointment. They're coming to see me in my flat in Kingston tomorrow, the early intervention service. Amazing. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, too many people to mention. I was going to start listing names there of people that cared for me on the ward, but there's too many to mention. And I know that a lot of people who have a need for inpatient care report really poor experiences, and if that's you, I'm really sorry. But I think I was very fortunate. I think in Herefordshire, the mental health services are holding up really well. I've been supported by the crisis team, by the North Rural Recovery team, some of the psychologists there, my community psychiatric nurse. And when I was in crisis last January, I spoke to a GP and I said, I've come from Sussex. I've been having a lot of support from the mental health team in Sussex. I'm coming to Hereford to see if you can help me get well. And he just came out straight out with it. He said, I'm sure we can do better. I'm sure we can do better. That was my first contact. And the fallout from continuing mental illness is very severe. But I'm soldiering on. I'm finding ways to feel proud of myself. I'm integrating my shame, trying to meet it all with compassion. All with compassion. There you go, mate. You're doing all right. You're doing all right, Andy. Just keep loving yourself, mate. And cry when you need to. Laugh when you can.